All right. Welcome to another episode of Driving with Slip. I hope everybody is doing all right on this rainy Tuesday evening. I hope that the Braves get their ball game in. They go into a three-game series against San Francisco, which is the start of a homestand that is going to be followed up by a road trip that also plays the San Francisco Giants as well as the San Diego Padres. And so those should be some exciting series to look at, and I do hope the Braves are going to do fine within these games. But there's some big things that we really got to talk about here. Because today I'm not that interested in talking about the Braves. We'll get some Braves talking over the next couple days. We definitely will. But I really want to talk about the San Francisco Giants and primarily three different pitchers. This news has been circling over the past, I want to say it's like 5 days or something like that, and golly, I think it might have been sooner. However, this is a story that I also feel like has involved the Los Angeles Dodgers because of Blake Trinan. And I'm not trying to bury the lead too much here because what I'm talking about is the pitchers that are writing the Bible verses, typically some, verses, some books and verses out of Genesis that they are doing during the organization's Pride Night. Blake Trinan did it for the Dodgers, and three pitchers did it for the San Francisco Giants, as we can currently tell right now. I'm a little bit ashamed in the publications because whether it's their tweets, their headers, their headlines, or their descriptions, not too many of them have actually called out the pitchers by names in reference to who they are, which I think is protecting them in a little bit. But it's like, if you're going to write about these pitchers, put them on Front Street. They want to get their attention, then give them their attention that they deserve. And in my opinion, it's not the good attention. Because they are writing these Bible verses, and we just got to call a spade a spade. They are writing it in opposition to Pride Night. And honestly, in Pride Month. So, in opposition to the LGBTQIA plus community. Or population, I think I'm going to go with that phrasing, because community kind of irks me, but the population, we are not the black community, we are black people. So, and they come out and they say these things like, it's just me expressing what I believe. And, cool. It is a free country. You are able to express what you believe. However, you are not free from coming under scrutiny or being reprimanded by the people that you are supposed to represent, which is primarily the Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants, for those respective players. And when I think about these excuses that these players make, it really just boils my blood, because it is some weak things that they are talking about. It is hiding behind faux Christianity. They want to say it's Christianity, and I guess it's some respect Christianity, but it's honestly not the Christianity that I believe in. Because the Christianity that I believe in gives respect and understanding and treats everybody as their neighbor. You know, a lot of places, a lot of the MLB teams, I know the Braves do that. They have HBCU nights where they represent the students and the alumni, and they encourage these students and alumni to come out in their gear. They have merch that typically is branded in some fashion within that, as well as, I think they get discounted tickets. Tell me why there's no player that then, you know, wears a UGA cap or a Georgia Tech cap in the guise of I am expressing what I believe. Tell me why during these certain nights that there is never any opposition, but it is accepted and people are free to express themselves how they are. When these players do these things on these LGBTQIA nights, where these teams are making rainbow caps on their logo to say we stand with this group of people who are often misunderstood, who are often under scrutiny, who are often not accepted in so many places, whether it be restaurants, workplaces, gyms, regular folk places. That these people feel the nerve to say, well, I want to represent Christianity today. Well, nobody asked you. Because in this country, Christianity is not, once again, Christianity is not something that comes under scrutiny. Christianity is not a religion that people look at and say, you aren't able to practice that. Christianity is not a religion that people look at and worry about if you're going on a plane. Christianity is not a religion that is looked at and worried about people hating on Christians. The minorities of these countries are the ones who are being looked at and scrutinized for being who they are, for being who they identify, for believing what they believe. So if you want to go out there and express that you're a Christian, I'm all the way down for it. Then how come you don't do it every goddamn day? How come you don't do it every single cap that you have that you write Genesis 9 through 12? Or Genesis 9, 11 through 12, or whatever the fuck that y'all want to write. Tell me why y'all don't do that, but y'all want to make sure that it is known whenever it comes to someone that may be gay or lesbian or trans. You cannot explain that to me. And there's too many people in this world that are saying that is their right to express themselves. And yes, it is their right. But they also have to be scrutinized for the stupidity that they are going under. It has to be criticized for the lies and bad faith arguments from these bad faith people that believe in these bad faith religions. Because the religion that they believe in is not the Christianity that I know. It is not the Christianity that is taught. Well, it's taught somewhere, and it's taught incorrectly. Because I don't see anywhere in the Bible that says we should hate on somebody. I don't see anywhere in the Bible that says we need to make ourselves known when someone else wants to speak about who they are. Nobody can stand the people that go out in this world and have to be expressed, and they have to be known, and they have to speak up for who they are or their experience when it comes to anything. Nobody likes those people. Nobody does. So how come these people want to do that in only these situations? And that's where it comes back to, let's just call a spade a spade. They are bigoted people. They are homophobic people. They are transphobic people. And if people are willing to be openly homophobic, if people are willing to be openly transphobic, if people are willing to be openly bigoted, then they do not have a place in any professional sport. They don't have a place in any part of this society. This is not hating on what they believe. This is not hating or stopping for them doing what they believe in. This is giving them the consequences for what they want. They want to believe that there's something wrong with the LGBTQIA plus community. Otherwise, they wouldn't write these verses on there. Otherwise, they wouldn't say, oh, this is what it stands for. Because what they are saying is this is what it stands for because what you are wearing on your cap and what these teams are saying we can wear on our caps does not stand for what I believe in. And just because they do not say those things verbatim, don't look me in the eye and say that's not what they're saying. Don't play me like I'm stupid. And every single person, every single organization, every single group that does not cry out about this, that does not decree these things, because thank God the MLB did. If you do not oppose these kinds of views, you are only perpetuating the hate that we are trying to get rid of in the society. And I'm just completely fed up with it. People are going to come down and, people are going to have their thoughts about how these people should be free to express themselves. And like I said, you can do that. But that does not mean that you have the privileges to say those things and still be able to get the privileges of this society. The Texas Rangers are the only team out of all of these 30 teams that will not be holding an LGBT Pride Night. Or will not be doing some recognition of pride. Sorry, mixed that up. However, don't be fooled about the Rangers. They are going to have their faith and something night. I don't care for what that is. Because once again, this is a bad faith night. You could have had this night any time on your schedule. But you decided to do it during Pride Month. And you're going to tell me this isn't homophobic? You're going to tell me this isn't transphobic? You're going to tell me this isn't in opposition to LGBTQIA plus people? Don't piss in my face and call it lemonade. And what these organizations and people are doing is exactly that. Expecting us all to call it lemonade. And I'm not here to stand for it. It's interesting that the night that one of those pitchers pitched, he got the loss 5-1. Hopefully he's not in the league very long. I'll be actively rooting against that son of a bitch every single time he plays. I'd be surprised if he's on the San Francisco Giants in the upcoming years. And if he is, shame on the San Francisco Giants. And I would say that for every single team, including the Braves. Shame on them for keeping those people around.